Hello everyone. In this political explainer video I am making, as is kind of a little series I'm doing right now, I will be explaining the origins, meanings, and beliefs of numerous political ideologies like liberalism and conservatism. To do this, I'll be using the handy tool known as a political spectrum. The further to the left on this line something is, the more left-wing and left-leaning it is ideologically, and vice versa. Let's begin. I'll start this video by beginning on what's, in my opinion, the most unbiased and most neutral political ideology, centrism. Centrism is an ideology people have when they don't want to be left or right-leaning. Many centrists believe that the government should make decisions directly, no questions asked, based on what the people want it to, only stepping in if it's a bit too nuts. If centrism was a country, it would definitely be Switzerland, for sure. Centrists are incredibly moderate on issues, sometimes leading to centrist extremism. No joke. Rarely, though. No one knows how old centrism is, but people believe that it has been around since politics was created by the Greeks, arguably about 2,600 years ago. Moving on. Next ideology is liberalism. This is the ideology of the American Democratic Party. It is the center-left ideology of the political spectrum. If you want to start arguing with me in the comments, let's do it. Anything further to the left would be more extreme, and hence wouldn't be liberalism anymore. It was created in the 1600s in the UK, and still exists. Today, it promotes things like universal health care for all, putting limits on guns, and promoting immigration if those people want to. Liberals, or Democrats as they are now called, are either moderate, like Joe Biden, the current person running for president against Trump, or can be more hard, like Bernie Sanders. Let's move on to... By far the best embodiment to describe liberalism is the American Democratic Party. Next up is conservatism. The definition of conservatism is getting more and more debated, and it's getting harder and harder to understand. That's where I can step in. It's even getting harder to understand with people like John McCain and this man. Conservatism is, in all practical ways, the center-right ideology of the political spectrum. It can be a moderate or extreme ideology on issues like healthcare, gun rights, and immigration. The main entity on a national and international scale for conservatism has definitely become the American Republican Party, headed by the current U.S. President, Donald Trump. Liberals and conservatives hate each other. It also comes from the UK in the 1600s. Admittingly, you probably knew a lot about conservatism and liberalism already before this video. Well, how much do you know about libertarianism? This is a pretty new ideology. It hasn't been around for more than 100 years. At least the current form. And no one pretty much knows anything about it. Libertarianism is a catch-all or big tent ideology. What does this mean? It means that people can have separate ideologies, like one can be more like a Democrat or one can be more like a Republican, but they still believe in libertarianism. Let's see what this means. Libertarianism and libertarianists believe that the government should be limited to only the powers it needs, nothing unneeded, like monarchism. It also believes that the economy should be one of, if not the most important thing after the government. Libertarianism was also invented in the UK in the 1600s. However, it was influenced by ancient Chinese philosophies and principles. Even today, the USA has a Libertarian Party. It has one member in the House of Representatives. That's a successful party. Number 4, socialism. Socialism is hard for many people to understand. I can help with that. Socialism is further to the left on the political spectrum than liberalism, but it's for those who think liberals are too soft, but communists are way too hard. Socialists believe that the government should be directly operated by the people. It shouldn't be 100%, because the people should have a lot of autonomy, but it should be directly handled by them, mostly. It also believes that the people should handle things like economy and foreign relations. It was created in the 1780s during the famous French Revolution. The USA also has a socialist party. And now we reach the one that all you kids meme to death, communism. Communism is the most hardcore and extreme left-wing ideology by far, which puts it at the furthest left end of the political spectrum. Communism says that the people are the government. Insert I am the Senate quote. It also believes that the government should rule entirely based off of the people. The people are the government. It says that everyone should be treated the same, meaning they should have equal pay and equal freedoms. They have basically none in communist places. Punishments were severe, most notably in gulags, which were in that one country it was invented in the 1920s by those people. Yes, the USA has a communist party. They're pretty active. Canada has too. Going forward, heading to the right of conservatism, can you guess what ideology is here? If you guessed monarchism, you'd be correct. Monarchism doesn't just want a monarchy, it wants an absolute monarchy, where the monarchy makes whatever rules they want without anyone getting to decide whether it's a good or bad law. Monarchists also like big and powerful economies. They want less laws, because who even likes laws in the first place? It's not like they're supposed to hold society together. Most monarchist places, like the UK and Japan, especially Japan in World War II, had harsh monarchies and were ruled with 100% power. No wonder there is only one last absolute monarchist country in the world, which is Liechtenstein in Europe. But anyways, moving on. Oh, and by the way, it was invented by the 1800s if you were curious. And now we reach the end of the right wing of the political spectrum. Fascism. Fascism is by far the most hardcore and extreme right-wing ideology. It says that all people must be treated the same. Everyone. It also supports the existence of a hardcore or brutal regime centered with one person who gets the say over tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not tens of millions of people. Everyone must be the same, meaning no one can be biologically or demographically or religiously different. Bringing back memories of the Holocaust isn't fun for anyone. By far the most notable people who participated in fascism were the Nazis led by Hitler in Germany and Italy led by Mussolini, who, by the way, invented it in the 1920s. Around 11 million people were killed in some way by some fascist person or group. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you watching. I hope this helped and cleared up any confusions that anyone had. My next video will be Norway with its history and anthem video coming out on the 25th. Thank you for watching.